Hello everyone. Thank you for joining and thank you for watching my video. If you guys could do me a favor and like, share, and subscribe, that really helps me get out to the people that are looking for me. What I wanted to go over really quickly, we're going to be talking about your North Node and South Node and how uh, the North Node and South Node are changing signs. And to kind of give you guys some more information, if you can, the last time that the nodes went into Aries and Libra was 18 years ago. So if you guys can think about what you were doing in 2005, 2006 into 2007, it'll kind of give you an indication about what your theme is, what you're going to be going through. Obviously, it's not going to look the same because we've grown, right? And a lot of things have changed, but it'll kind of give you the theme. So if you can look back in your life and think, what was I doing in 2005, 2006, and 2007? That'll give you an indication about what's going to be coming up in the next 18 months, right? Like it may not look exactly the same, but it may be the same kind of theme. So, thank you again for watching my video. Hope you enjoy. I love you, love you, love you. Bye.
Talking about that, we've been talking about astrology this week, and I was like, hey, we need to do the nodes. So I was like, yeah, let me get on YouTube and tell everybody about the nodes and what's coming, because they're about to change signs July 17th, and they will be changed till January of 2025, right? And so what the nodes do is the nodes, when they change signs, it gives us a precursor to what we're going to be focusing on and what we're going to be learning to release and get through and understand what we want to keep. Um, because the nodes are your destiny, right? So this is my way of saying it. The south node is your past destiny that you mastered, and the north node is the destiny that you're headed towards. Okay, and the nodes, when they change signs, they give us an indication of what did we just have? I can't think of the name. Oh my god, my mind went blank. Sorry. um, the eclipses. So when the nodes change signs, we know what eclipses are coming. So the eclipses are going to be coming in the next 18 months um, through the next signs. So because the nodes are going in, they're moving into Libra and Aries, we know the eclipses are going to be coming from Libra and Aries, right? It's a it's like a precursor to tell you where you're headed, right? And so you can kind of get started and see and kind of understand, but it gives you an indication of what's coming. And you guys know with eclipses, and depending on how close the moon, because these are lunar nodes, right? So depending on how close the moon comes to that north node and south node, that will help you understand, like, is it a partial eclipse? Is it a full eclipse? And what are we letting go? And what are we moving through? And what are we, like, heading towards? All of that makes sense? What's the north node and the south node? They're called lunar nodes because they have to do with the moon, right? But they're like points in the sky. So they're points, I say points, they're energy in the sky that we're going to move through, and it shows our destiny's path, right? So a south node means, and I won't go too deep into all of this, what they mean, because some of you probably already know, but the South Node has to do, then the way that I've understood it is the South Node has to do with you mastering that destiny, you coming through that destiny, getting what you needed to get, whether it was in another life, um, and other lives, and so that's sort of it's the because it's the thing you've mastered, it's probably means that you've lived a lot of lives in that energy, or or you had a lot of time in that energy. So when you come here and you have your south node in your natal chart, it's the energy that feels most comfortable. And to me, what I've gathered over the years is it's the energy when you're tired, when you don't know what to do, when you are not feeling well. It's the energy you veer towards, right? That's your south node because it's always going to feel comfortable to you because you did it so many times, right? But in that, and then when we have our south node, there are things that we keep, right? Like for me, I'll give you an example. For me, I needed to keep the fact that I'm a medium, the fact that I'm psychic, the fact that I have all these gifts for this life. So I kept it, right? I brought it into this life. But there are things when that's done, when things are done, that you need to release. Um, like one of those things would be like the DNA stuff that I was talking about. I can't remember if I was talking about it on here or on Discord, but we have the DNA of 14 generations back, and that's been proven. So you have the DNA of 14 generations of your lineage back that you are trying to get through, release, break the chains, like we're saying, right? And so in this lifetime, that may be in that south node that you're kind of working on that you need to release. But then we have the opposite of the north node. The north node is always going to feel where the south node feels comfortable. It's your destiny's past. It's what you've mastered. It's what you decided to keep at the time, but now maybe you're going to be releasing some things, right? Then you have the north node, and the north node is the opposite. So the north node is that feeling of, I don't know what I want to do. I just know I got to go that way, right? Like something that really, like for me, astrology really fascinates me. I know that I'll never learn it all, right? Astrology is a great comparison. uh, I know that I won't learn it all because there's so much to learn in this lifetime about astrology, but I know that I want to go towards that. I know that I like astrology. I know I want to keep learning astrology. I want to get different perspectives of astrology. It's that thing for you that's always been in you that you don't know how to form it to end it, but you know that you want to go towards it. So it's your destiny, right? That's your north node. And on the chart, in your natal chart, it will show you what you're kind of veering towards, what you kind of like. It's almost like an addiction, right? Like I got to figure it out, I got to figure it out, I got to figure it out, and you won't all the way. You won't completely figure it out. It's not that you won't figure some things out, but you won't completely figure it out, right? Because you're not meant to. You're just meant to move in that direction, right? But we still have this pull to go in that direction. So here's the thing. For me and my understanding, it's a balance. It's not like I'm only going to work on my north node and move towards my destiny. It's a balance of working, having both energies of, um, I'm working in the energy that I'm used to, but I'm going to take some risk and move into the energy that I'm not used to. Does all that make sense to you guys? So for this, that's talking about in your natal chart. Now, if you understand the north node and the south node and the balance of that, like in order for me, because remember, my understanding is we only have so much energy that runs through us, right? So we need to release some stuff to move towards that destiny, right? So for the last 18 months, and it's still there, for the last 18 months, the nodes have been in Taurus and Scorpio. And remember, we had the Taurus Scorpio eclipses in the last 18 months. Like you get rounds of them, right? Now we're going to be moving, and this is where the chart comes in. On July 17th, we're going to be moving. You can see right here, and this is very important for a couple of reasons. You can see right here that the north node is going to be moving into Aries, and the south node is going to be moving into Libra, right? And what are Libra and Aries about? Aries is all about me, me, me. And Libra is all about we, right? So, where the last 18 months we have been focused on our physical comfort, our stability, what we actually want in our physicalness, our surroundings, right? And then letting go of that emotional, because we had these nodes. Scorpio was in Scorpio, and we had the nodes in Scorpio. So the south node is you letting go, releasing the emotional traumas, the lineage chains that we've been talking about, changing the way that things that we have kept for so long and maybe before this lifetime, right? We had been working on that for the last 18 months, right? Now we're going to be moving where we were moving about this, where we were focused on this. We're now going to be moving into excuse me, Aries, where it's about now that I have my physical surroundings, now that I know kind of where I want to go, what is it that I really, really want? And I need to be inspired to take the action to do it because that is Aries, right? So for the next 18 months, you're going to be working on what inspires you, who inspires you, how do you want to do this, of getting those material things, those, the way that you want your house around you, the way that you want the people around you, the way that you want the relationships around you, right? That, but it's not about how do I want them, it's a how what do I want? And what actually these things that I've been thinking about in Taurus for the last 18 months, what is the inspiration that's going to get me to take the action to do it what it is that I want to do? That's what your North Node is going to be calling for all of us, right? For all of us. And then your South Node, because it's Scorpio, sorry, I was talking about Libra before because it's Libra. So air, North Node Aries, South Node Libra. Because it's talking about Libra, that's the partnership. How am I going to do it with others? What do I need to do on my own, and what do I need to do with others? What have I been addicted to that has kept me from taking the action, like Aries, to get to the things that I really, really want in my life? These are your destiny. This isn't just your thoughts and stuff. This is your actual path, right? These are your actual paths. So, the reason I say that this is really important is because you have the power of fortune here. So this is, I usually don't say this for a lot of people. I usually tell the Aries ascendings this. It is time, and when you do me, and when you let go of we, like, I'm not saying you can't have a partner in business and you can't have a partner in love and you can't have a partnership with your family and your friends and all that. I'm not saying you can't have that. I'm saying are you are you so comfortable in that that it's caused you not to be inspired to take action into the life that you want? That's what we're going to be learning about in the next 18 months. Does all that make sense to you guys? And when you do this, you have the power of fortune. It means if you do this and you are honest, and I have said this over and over because we've got all these other things going on, if you are authentic, not only to everyone in the world, but to yourself, if you have authenticity, here's another sign that the power of fortune, it means it goes your way. It means it goes your way. But in order to do that, you're going to have to let go of some things. You're going to have to let go of some partnerships. You're going to have to let go. I mean, you may not, I'm not saying everybody's going to break up and you're going to let go of whatever. I'm just saying that you may have to let go of the way that you thought the partnership should be because you're leaning, you're addicted, you haven't let go, you see the red flags, all of that. All of that you're going to be working on. Does all that make sense to you guys? Um, and then for Pisces, this is going to be North Node in the eighth house and South Node in the second house, right? So letting go of some values. Sorry, my thing went out. So letting go of your understanding of maybe the way that you valued yourself, like really understanding that you are valuable and just how much you're valuable and just what you can do in this world and just what you can do in your life and what like that people really want to hear you and you have something important to say or uh just your energy being there is important or like that's Pisces really like you've come a long way in understanding your value, but you're actually going to be implementing. So like things are going to come to you where you actually understand that. And the eighth house is the like again, um l- like moving towards this in the eighth house is where like you can get again the transformation, but not just that, but you can get judgments, you can get I don't know, the lotteries in here, like inheritances. And so you guys may be having, I'm not saying everybody, it depends on your chart, but like it's very possible if you're kind of seeing indications already that you're going to be that you're moving towards an inheritance or that you're moving towards some sort of funds like that. Like it's other people's money, and it is where you get the luck for other people's money, in that, the judgment comes to you. So it could be implemented here.